Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Captain Clyde's MTG. Today we got a doozy for you. There's apparently a resurgence in Battle for Baldur's Gate. Well, at least there's going to be a special event for it. So before we get started, don't forget comment, like, subscribe, hit all them cool stuff down in the description for all the stuff to help support the channel. But mainly, just subscribe, do the good thing, comment, like, all that good stuff. Uh, Somebody find Shamwell yet? Anyhow, moving on. What we got here today to talk about is they're going to do a venture into the dungeon event with Baldur's Gate Draft uh, in Wizards of the Coast slash Hasbro in general. So what's this based around? Well, actually, this is to celebrate D&D's 50th anniversary, and I gotta admit, I am a D&D fan, so it's kind of cool to see them do something like this. And to celebrate this anniversary, you're gonna do a little D&D slash Magic playtime where we get to delve into a brand new dungeon. So, how's this gonna work? Well, to start off with, you can see up here, um, it's going to start from May 17th to the 19th at WPN stores in the US and Canada. So this is something specifically for North America, which is kind of cool for us to get our once in a lifetime only thing. Um, but I'll be honest with you, I think the Orientals stuff's a lot cooler with their pictures. Anyhow, but still, we get something special. So you see down here, Magic presents Baldur's Gate. 50th anniversary edition can also help kick off celebrations of upcoming D&D Dragons, drawing on crossover marketing opportunities to implement and encourage fans to join the event. So basically, trying to get people to play Magic, play D&D, and all that stuff. Why? Because Lord knows Hasbro needs your money. So what other reason is there? But no, seriously. Looks like a fun event. They said it's going to run very similar to the Harvest Tide Festival event, which I don't even remember that. And I'm not sure anybody else does either. Um, but the local WPN stores should get one free of charge Commander Legends Battle of Baldur's Gate collector booster box from their distributor alongside normal products. They also need to make sure they have Commander Legends Baldur's Gate for the draft boosters on hand for the event. The people are going to have till April 5th to sign up for this. So if you want your local store to do this, make sure you get on them now. So to set up the event, what it's going to look like is it's a casual commander event. Every table they'll receive 4 8.5 by 11 dungeon cards to support 4 tables of a 4-player pod of commanders. So 4 times 4 is 16. Obviously, you can run it more than that if you've got more people and enough supplies left over. I've already talked about that. But the big thing here is as the event begins, you get to distribute. How the event should be ran, we'll say that, is to distribute 3 Commander Legends Battle of Baldur's Gate draft boosters and 1 Commander Legends Battle of Baldur's Gate collector booster to each player. You'll open the collector booster first. All the contents in that pack is yours. So there's no drafting on the collector booster. You just get to keep everything that's in there. Kind of cool. Then you'll actually draft the 3 draft packs, picking 2 cards at a time, and you'll build a 60-card deck, and then go into battle into player pods of 4, like I mentioned before. So, pretty cool. They even got a guide here for people doing it. And if you want to venture into the dungeon, the new card they're going to have set out everywhere, the 8x11 for the new dungeon you can use, is this one, Baldur's Gates Wilderness. It's actually pretty sweet. It's a little hard to see on the website, but I'll read it to you anyway. So starting off with, we have Crash Landing. The first time you venture into the dungeon, you can search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Pretty cool. Then you have 3 options. You have the Goblin Camp, where you create a treasure token. You have the Emerald Grove. You can create a 2/2 White Knight creature token, or Auntie's House, Auntie's Tea House, where you scry 3. And if you're curious, spoiler alert, this is based on Baldur's Gate 3, the game. So you haven't played through it yet, you still want to, you might not want to listen the rest of the way. But, moving on. From there, as you go down, if you stay on the left-hand side, the Goblin Camp or Emerald Grove, you get the Defiled Temple. You may sacrifice a permanent if you do draw a card. Interesting. Or if you're the 2 on the right, you get the Mountain Pass. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. That's going to be a little rough, especially if you don't have extra land in your hand, but still seems okay. And then on the next row, if you're on the left-hand side, if you're on, you can on the far left, you have Ebon Lake Grotto. Create 2 1/1 blue fairy dragon creature tokens with flying. You have the Grim Forge. For each opponent, goad up to 1 target creature that player controls, or the Githyanki Kresh. Distribute 3 +1/+1 counters among up to 3 target creatures you control. My personal opinion, I kind of like the Ebon Lake Grotto. Anyway. Next, we have Last Light In. Draw 2 cards. We also have Rithwin Toll House. Roll 2d4 and create that many treasure tokens. Both those seem really powerful to me. Next, we have the Moonrise Towers. Instant and sorcery spells you cast this turn cost 3 less. That's very situational, but could be very powerful. We have the Gauntlet of Shar. Each opponent loses 5 life. That's really cool because it says opponent, not you, unlike other dungeons. Anyway, we have Balthazar's Lab. Return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Also very good. We get down toward the bottom. We have Circus of the Last Days. Create a token that's a copy of one of your commanders, except it's not legendary. That's interesting because it says that. That doesn't mean it needs to be on the battlefield, right? Inquiring minds want to know. Anyway, we have the Undercity Ruins. Create 3 4/1 black skeleton creature tokens with menace. That's disgusting. Wow. And then you get to wrap it up with the Steelwatch Foundry. You get an emblem with creatures you control, get +2/+2, and have trample. Boy, nothing like a permanent overrun. Then we have Ensure's Sanctum, I think. Reveal the top 4 cards of your library, put them into your hand. Each opponent loses life equal to those cards' total mana value. Wow, is that powerful. That's that could be a game ender right there. Also, we have the Temple of Baal. Creatures your opponents control get -5/-5 to the end of turn. Wow, a board wipe for everybody but you. Seems pretty spiffy, not gonna lie. So, here you have it. I'll put a link in the description in case you guys want to see this, as long as I can actually find some way to do that, because they should have somewhere in here picture of this thing. Anyway, I'll see what I can do for you. Also here, after that, it goes down to the bottom. Don't wait, schedule your event now. So again, we have till April 5th for the local PN stores to get on board with this and actually do it. Pretty cool. Also here it says all players may also venture in the dungeon the first time they cast their commander during their game. So even if you don't have a lot of adventure in your deck, the first time you cast your commander, you get to venture in the dungeon. Now, that may be the first venture in, it could be the 5th. It doesn't really matter. You still get to do it. So they do mention here that once players are ready to begin, each player should choose a venture marker of some kind to represent themselves in the dungeon. Represent themselves for the duration of the game. Then, when players are directed to venture into the dungeon, they'll begin moving through the Baldur's Gate Wilderness. The oversized dungeon card you'll have on each table. So, yes, bring something to represent yourself. I know people love tokens like cards, but I've seen a lot of people playing Magic who like to bring little tokens that are like little minis, and I think that'd be really sweet in this environment. So, get it? D&D, minis, Baldur's Gate, yada, yada, yada. I think it's cool. I like it. So, looks like it's going to be really fun. Like I said, I will try to download a link in the description for this card in case you want to go get a digital download of it or whatever it is they have up for you. But it's really cool. I think it's great. I think it's fun. I think this is going to be a good time, and this is finally something we've been looking for as far as a new way to play Magic that's still fun with the old stuff. And it's hard to believe that we're talking about Baldur's Gate being old when it's really not, in my personal opinion. But it is what it is. So there you have it. Don't forget, guys, it's Sunday, so I'll be live streaming come 6 p.m. Eastern for about an hour, depending on how much interest we get from people coming in and saying hi. I'll answer questions and all the other good stuff that we do on live streams while playing some Arena and just, messing around. So if you have questions, that's a great time to hit me up. And I'll give you some honest answers because, like everybody else, I've got my own opinions because opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one. So, with all that said, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I do appreciate it. Until next time, be kind. And as always, I hope to see you across from the game table. Hopefully, throwing down some Baldur's Gate Commander.